Sup YouTube, SwiftRick here, and today I got a video to let you guys know if the Lumina is amazing at PvP for competitive or if it's a flop and it sucks for competitive. So let's get to it. First, let's look at the perks of this hand cannon. So here's the awesome new Lumina Exotic Hand Cannon. Looks amazing. First exotic perk is Noble Rounds. Kills with this weapon leave behind remnants. Absorbing a remnant converts your next hit-fired shot into an ally-seeking noble round and partially refills the magazine. Then we got Chambered Compensator for the barrel, then Accurized Rounds, and then Blessing of the Sky. Using a noble round on an ally heals them and grants both you and them a weapon damage bonus for a short time, and that's for 10 seconds when you get that perk procced. And if I'm correct, that affects all your weapons, not just this Lumina hand cannon, so whatever your secondary and power weapon is also damage buffed when you have this perk. Then the last perk is Polymer Grip. And just to let you guys know, I'm using a retold tail shotgun for my secondary weapon, which has rifled barrel, accurized rounds, field prep, and slide shot. It's a really good shotgun in my opinion. It's not the best roll, but it's really good shotgun. So first I want to talk about the pros about the Lumina Exotic Hand Cannon. And the first really good thing I like about this is when you get a noble round and you shoot it at your partner, well, hit fire, shoot it at your partner, it instantly heals a portion of that teammate's health and begins health regeneration right away as well. So the reason this is really good for competitive PvP is the initial portion of health that is healed to your teammate could actually save him from dying from like an extra bullet and gives him more time to get away and get cover so he can regen his health. So that's one teammate that won't be out of the fight because he's able to survive because of your noble round. And then your teammate's health regeneration also starts right away. So your team doesn't have to wait for him to regen his health for a long time. It just instantly starts to regen so he can come back into the fight right away. And that's really good for competitive PvP because you don't ever want to be outnumbered during competitive PvP because that just gives the enemy team the advantage if they have more people fighting you guys. Because usually when your teammate's low on health, they have to get behind cover and wait, especially if they have low recovery stats. They have to wait for a long time until they begin recovery. And then after they recover their health, they come back into the fight. But by that time, some of your other teammates could have already been killed or at least hurt a lot as well. But the good thing is with this weapon, if you have a noble round, you shoot it at your teammate and they begin regen right away. So then they're not out of the fight for too long. They just wait a little, like a second, and then they get back into the fight right away. And if you think about it, the enemy team, if they don't have this weapon, then whoever was damaged and is getting cover to regen health, they actually have to wait the full time to regen their health, so they're outnumbered longer than you are. So it's a really good team-oriented weapon, so then your team can keep fighting together and outnumber the opposing team more often. Now, shooting a noble round at a teammate not only heals your teammate, but also gives you and your teammate a weapon damage buff. So on PvP, you get 25% more weapon damage for all your weapons, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure it's all your weapons. And this is really good because with this hand cannon, you'll do a bit more damage, which I don't think increases your time to kill at all, but you have like more range because you have more damage basically. So you can kill with the same hand cannon at a bit further range. And it's also really good, for example, I was using a shotgun, so I can kill people with a further range with my shotgun, which is very advantageous. If you're going shotgun against shotgun, you can kill at a further range than what the opposing enemy can with his shotgun. And this just helps overall with any weapon that you're using. For example, if you use a sniper and you body shot someone, then you do more damage and you can finish them off with a few more shots of like SMG. Or if you're using the recluse, then you have 25% more damage. And if you had the masses perk procced, then you will be draining people's health in like milliseconds. So basically it just helps with all your weapons to kill faster or kill further range, which is really good. And it's not just for you, it's your teammate too. So both of you have 25% more damage. So overall, you're both doing together 50% more damage. And then the last pro that I can think of is when you absorb a remnant, 4 bullets is automatically refilled to your magazine. and that's good just in case like you're running low on ammo, you kill someone, and then you need to kill the next person, but you don't have time to reload. So you pick it up, you get 4 extra bullets, and that could be enough for you to finish off the extra opposing guardian. But now let's talk about the cons. The first big con is the remnant is created when you kill an opposing guardian where they die. So if you kill them really far away, the remnant's gonna be over there, and it doesn't come to you until you get pretty close to it. So if the remnant is over where the opposing guardians are at, then it's very risky for you to go get it. Or if the remnant's out in the open, it's very risky. It's just basically, it makes you position yourself somewhere where you usually wouldn't, and it risks you being shot and killed. So that is like a big con, because usually the enemy team is sticking together, and if you're using your hand cannon, you're using it at a kind of a mid to kind of mid-far range to kill the enemy guardian. And if you kill one guardian and the other guardians are still there, you have to run all the way over there and grab it, or you just don't grab it. Usually I don't grab it because it's just too far. I try to grab it sometimes, but it really positions me out in the open or where the enemies just can see me and they kill me. And you'll see that a couple times in these clips where I go try to grab a remnant that's pretty far, and then I get punished for it and die. So it really basically just positions yourself in an unfavorable place just to go grab it, and it's not good. And another thing that sucks, another con, is the remnant doesn't stay for very long. So if it stayed for a long time, I wouldn't mind killing the enemy guardian with a hand cannon and then trying to wipe out the rest of the team and then grabbing that remnant later. But you can't do that because the remnant stays for a couple seconds. It doesn't stay for very long. I think it's roughly 8 seconds that the remnant stays up. So you're kind of forced to try to go grab it early, and which is not good because you're not thinking about what's going on. You're just like, oh, the remnant's there, I want to go grab it. And then you usually get killed if you try to go grab it. And then even if you're able to grab it, since this is a very team-oriented gun, your teammates need to be near you for you to use this. If they're not near you, then you can't use it. The good thing is you can hold the noble round forever until you die or until you use it. So you could just go to your teammates later on, but then that makes you move to a position that you might not want to do. Maybe you're trying to flank, but you shouldn't be flanking if you have noble rounds, since you need to use that exotic perk to your advantage and go to your teammates and shoot them with it. And then also, even when you want to shoot your teammates with it, the noble round is hip fired and it has travel time. It's like, it's not an instant shot that goes to them. It travels through the air when you shoot it, and it's not super fast. So you have to get pretty close, because if you're not close and you try to shoot it from afar and your teammates are running around, then if they run away, the noble round will just keep flying away and it won't go to anybody, and then that's a waste of a noble round. So it's a very situational type of perk, and that's very tough, and it could be a pretty big con if you think about it, since you have to use it very, very situationally. It's just not as consistent as perks of other weapons. Another thing that I personally don't like about this weapon is its recoil. It's probably because I used Not Forgotten for a long time, so I'm used to the recoil of the Not Forgotten. So I feel like this weapon has a really high recoil, and it really messes up my aim. I used to be good with these type of hand cannons. I used to use the Hawk Moon a lot back in D1, so I was really good with aiming with these type of weapons. But then ever since I started using Luna Towel Not Forgotten for a really long time, I got too used to it, and now I forgot how to aim with these weapons. So I'm not horrible at aiming with this type of recoil hand cannon, but definitely not as good as I used to be. So overall, what do I think about the Lumina for competitive PvP? In my opinion, I think this hand cannon is okay. I personally wouldn't use it for competitive PvP, so I guess I would say that it's not good for competitive. But I was also solo queuing when I was using this hand cannon, so maybe someone out there is gonna try to use Lumina hand cannon with their clan or with their group that can work around with it, and maybe as a team the gun can be really good. But in my opinion, I still don't, even if I played with my teammates, like my friends that I play PvP with, I still wouldn't use this hand cannon personally. I just feel like other weapons are more consistent for competitive PvP, such as the Not Forgotten. It's very powerful, kills very fast, and has good range. And it's a legendary, so I can still use an exotic, for example, power weapon, like the Wardcliff Coil or the Truth once I get it. Although I'll probably stick with Wardcliff Coil, but that's a different subject. But yeah, Lumina is just not as consistent as other weapons for me, so it's a pass for me. But you shouldn't let my opinion stir you away from trying it at least. I'd say try it out yourself and see what you guys think. But unfortunately, I don't really like it for competitive. So yeah, there's the pretty disappointing answer for you guys. But if you guys found this information helpful, please leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't. And also, I'll have a link to my Twitch channel down in the description. So if you guys like, follow me on there and I'll be streaming some Destiny and also some other games. And if you guys like, you guys can join my brother and I's clan, Pup Patrol. It has some spots open for a few people, and it's open for everyone, so feel free to join if you'd like. And again, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.